Good morning, friends, and welcome. Let's start our class with a prayer together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, great gurus, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Sri Yukteswarji, beloved Master, Paramhansa Yoganandaji, saints of all religions, we offer our lives to Thee. Help us to be uplifted in Thy consciousness and to attune to Thy divine will. We are Thine, be Thou ever ours. Om Shanti Shanti. We have a song and then an excerpt from a talk by Swami Kriyanandaji. Welcome, everyone.
Dare to be different, dare to be free, dare to roam far like wind on the sea, fly like a gull, soar high on the air, be strong in your courage when others despair. Never in anger, never in haste, go without pride, be never abased. Freedom is yours, if freedom you'll give, to all give it freely, in freedom you'll live. Mountains that stand up tall to the sky, tell us no dreaming is ever too high. Dare to defy them, brave that high peak, you'll never know failure if bravely you seek. Dare to be different, dare to be free, dare to roam far like wind on the sea, fly like a gull, soar high on the air, be strong in your courage when others despair. Boone said, I don't feel it would be right to submit completely to Master's will. It's important for me also to develop my own will. Otherwise, how would it be called free? I quoted these words to the Master later on without mentioning Boone's name to get his comments on the subject. Boone's idea seemed to me completely twisted. The Master understood instantly to whom I was referring. He marveled. But as long as he is bound by moods and desires, he is not free. I don't ask people to suppress their own will. Those who do what I say, however, find an increase, not a decrease in their freedom. For what I show them is God's will. Freedom comes from tuning your will to the dictates of wisdom. Sister Gyanamata used to run up and down doing my will. One day, a few of the more rebellious sort said to her, Why do you always do what he says? You should express your own will. Don't you think, Sister answered, that it's a little late for me to change? She was an old woman by then, and I must say I have never been so happy in my life as I have been since coming here. The Master chuckled. I never bothered her again. Well, Master said that before I came to my Guru, I used to follow my own whims and desires. When I attuned my will to my Guru's wisdom-guided will, then I found my freedom. And this is what we're talking about. Free will doesn't mean doing what you like. Free will means being able to do what is right for you. Somebody may be he may have never taken drugs in his life. He may just may feel I don't have anything influencing me and I would like to take a drug. Fine. But there may come a time when he finds he can't give up taking drugs.
Good morning again, friends. Welcome. Today's topic is aligning self-will with divine will. I'll start with the reading from Autobiography of a Yogi. You have come. Sri Yukteswar greeted me from a tiger skin on the floor of a balconied sitting room. His voice was cold, his manner unemotional. Yes, dear master, I am here to follow you. Kneeling, I touched his feet. How can that be? You ignore my wishes? No longer, Guruji, your wish shall be my law. That is better. Now I can assume responsibility for your life. I willingly transfer the burden, Master. Whether Master and I were surrounded by students or by strangers, or were alone together, he always spoke plainly and upbraided sharply. This flattening treatment was hard to endure, but my resolve was to allow Sri Yukteswar to iron out each of my psychological kinks. As he labored at this titanic transformation, I shook many times under the weight of his disciplinary hammer. If you don't like my words, you're at liberty to leave at any time. Master assured me, I want nothing from you but your own improvement. Stay only if you feel benefited. For every humbling blow he dealt my vanity, for every tooth in my metaphorical jaw, he knocked loose with stunning aim. I am grateful beyond any facility of expression. The hard core of human egotism is hardly to be dislodged except rudely. With its departure, the divine finds at last an unobstructed channel. In vain, it seeks to percolate through flinty hearts of selfishness. What a great reading that is, and what an important topic, because we all think that we're free to do whatever we want. We can say whatever we want, go wherever we want, talk about whatever we want, be with whoever we want, behave however we want, but there are consequences and there's karma. And there is much suffering. It's a wonderful example Swamiji gave. We say, well, it won't affect me. I can do whatever I want, but the effects are there. The suffering is there. The sorrow, Master called it an self-created darkness. And how do we know what's best for us? We think we know what's best, but Swami Sri Yukteswarji said to Master, allow me to discipline you. And it was Lahiri Mahashai to Swami Sri Yukteswarji, allow me to discipline you. And he asked, well, why, sir? He says, because you are bound by whims and fancies. And isn't it true? And he said, I will guide you from the divine consciousness. You are following whatever you want to do, whatever feels right, whatever seems right. And how do we know? Who do we follow? Only a true guru can guide us through really the labyrinth of all the pitfalls, the delusions, the side paths, the byways, and we think that we know the way. Well, just look at things that you've done in your life. There's so many absurd things that people follow and people want to do, and who can we really follow? Who can lead us out of delusion, out of Maya? Do we want to follow our family members? Do we want to follow our society? Do we want to follow our culture, our country? Do we want to follow our friends? They may be very mistaken. I remember I was hearing Swamiji saying Swamiji's father, wanted Swamiji to become a geologist. Now just imagine if Swamiji had become a geologist. That wasn't his calling, his dharma. I remember when I came to Ananda, my whole family, they were all upset. You're just throwing your life away. What are you doing with your life? Your college education, and you could be making a lot of money. And I just knew that wasn't going to be my life. When I went to Ananda, I found true guidance. I found the guidance of the gurus. I found the guidance of Master. I found the guidance of Swamiji. I found the guidance of the teachers and the advisors. And I had to learn that I didn't know everything. Now that may be a shock to you. You don't know everything. And I had to learn discipline. I had to learn to listen, have to learn. Still, it's not just a done deal. We have to be able to attune ourselves to higher consciousness, to those who know more, to those who can help us. And I saw there people came and people went, just like Swamiji said about Mount Washington. It was like a hotel. People checked in, people checked out. Why? Desires, attachments. I know better. I remember in the early years of Ananda when I went there, I was placed and my seva was in the kitchen. There were mountains of dishes. I was washing dishes. Believe me, I wasn't a cook, but I was washing mountains of dishes every day, dishes, dishes, dishes. And at a certain point, I thought, I didn't come here to wash dishes. And then I left. And then by God's grace, I came back. But why did I leave? I know what's best for me. And I didn't know what was best for me. And without true guidance from the guru, from those who represent the guru, you can fall into traps. You're lucky if you come back. I remember, and you can fall into wrong guidance. I was remembering once I was in Singapore some years back, and it was an astrologer who was part of the group there, very nice fellow, and he was giving readings. And I thought, well, everybody's going at the center. So I thought, well, maybe I'll go. And he said things that didn't make any sense. He said, no, your life isn't going to be in India. You're not there to serve. You're going to go back to America. I mean, this was like 10 or 12 years back. No, it was, yeah, 10 or 12 years ago. And it upset me so much because I was believing the guy. And then, thank God, I was with Jyotish and Daviji on that very trip. And they said, why are you listening to him? Of course your seva is in India. Of course you're going to be in India. That I was just going with another person. They know better than me. He's an astrologer. And this is what people do. This person's a psychic. They can see beyond. Your guru is the best psychic there is. And also there was a man who came to Ananda village he was giving advice. You know, he was doing a good thing, but then he started giving advice, and he stepped over the line. And this was way back some dozens of years ago. And, you know, I listened to him. I mean, why do we listen to all these people? So I listened to him, and I was again confused and upset. And, you know, he gave me some advice. It didn't seem right, but I started following it. And then when I finally got a chance to talk with Swamiji, because I didn't see him that much, I was living at Ananda Village. And wow, did Swamiji give it to me? And he just said, why are you listening to him? He's no saint. Like, why are you going to people who have no wisdom? They're not your guru. I think that's the bottom line. And they're not even representing your guru. And so following the guru and guru's blessings, you feel there's something inside of you that says, this feels right. Neither of those things felt right, but I started following. But you feel this feels right. I feel a divine power coming into me. I feel focus. I feel magnetism. I feel energy. I feel blessing. I feel grace. I feel a force that's helping me to go forward in this direction. And if you don't follow, you don't have that. Master said, don't forget where your power is coming from. He told Rajasi, Janakananda, and he said, yes, Master, I know it's coming from you. So that power comes if you align your will, God-given, but yours, with the divine will. You align an attunement. You align with your consciousness. You align your energy. You align your thoughts. And how do you do that? You study the teachings, listen to the talks, go to the satsang, listen to the different programs that we have, listen to Master's talks, listen to Swamiji's talks, read the books. You just have to get in alignment, not, oh, I'm reading this other. It's just like energization. I hear this a lot. It's just like Hong Sa. I'm doing something else. But if you align with God and all the gurus, I mean, just read autobiography of a yogi and you get so in tune and so uplifted and so clear and so focused. It's like a purification. And if you don't, you go into confusion. You go into doubt. You go into fear. You can go into worry for a long time. You go into insecurity because that powerful protection isn't around you because you aren't tuned into it. It's not that master has left, you left. And I was remembering the story of that one monk who Swamiji talked about in the New Path, where master had asked the monks, the brothers, to build a swimming pool for him. Not that Swamiji, not that master ever used it, but he was finding things for them to do to be near him. And so this one monk, he started, and they all started together. And then, he just had this thought, why am I doing this? I didn't come here to pour cement. And that's the thing. People say, I didn't come here to set up the chairs or to bring the prasad or to set up the altar or whatever. What did you come for? You came to learn how to serve, to learn how to have discipline, to learn how to be in tune, to learn how to meditate, to learn how to feel the guru's presence. And so Swamiji said that this monk dropped his shovel and he went and sat down. And the rest of them were singing, chanting joyfully, digging the hole for the swimming pool. And he said it went on for hours and hours, many hours. And he said afterwards they were just full of energy and full of joy and were chanting the whole way. And no one was tired except the one who said, I didn't come to pour cement. He was sitting on the sidelines because he closed himself off. And another story that Swamiji told us was another monk he had problems physically with his body. So he had double curvature of the spine. He had only one lung and he had many problems. And Master told him, he gave him the seva of driving the tractor. Now you would think, no, he should be in bed. Master didn't think he should be in bed. He was saying, you align with me and I'll give you the strength. And like he told Swamiji, you have a great work to do. And Rajasi said, and Master will give you the strength. Who gives you the strength? You think you give yourself the strength. So the man was driving the tractor, doing what Master said. And after a while, and this is how doubt creeps in. He started doubting, well, why am I doing this? My back hurts. I don't have the physical strength to do it. Why is he asking me? Can he ask somebody else? I mean, this goes on and on. And so there he was, and he gave up the job. That was a mistake. So what Swamiji said is he got weaker and weaker. While he was doing the job, the seva, he was getting stronger and stronger. His health was improving. He could do the job well, the seva. And as he said no, then he weakened and he got weaker and more physically weak. And he became bedridden, and Master gave him a nicer room, and Master helped him however much he could. And the man got not even just physically weak, he got more and more out of tune. Wow. More and more out of tune. That's the thing that we have to watch out for. We think, well, I'm doing it. I have a good job, or I'm bright, or I have a good degree and from college, or look at me, I'm a teacher, I'm whatever. But as soon as you get your will out of alignment with Guru's will, you start falling and you get weakened and you just don't have the power that you thought you had. And that's what happened to him. And Swamiji said, and then he left. Wow, that's an incredible story. When he was doing just fine, when he was following Guruji's will, Guruji, let's face it, with his openness, Master was keeping him on the path. Master was getting rid of his karma, helping him. Master was getting him stronger physically, mentally, spiritually. He was taking on the man's karma, let's face it, likely. And as Swamiji told us the story when Master told him to teach, he was 22 when Master told Swamiji to teach. He said he didn't want to do that. And he said, Master, I don't want to be a teacher. Master said, well, you better learn to like it. It's what you have to do. And he said that Master had asked him to go. I mean, he was 22 years old. And so you know this story, but it's an incredible story because Swamiji said yes. That's the difference. He didn't say no. Even if he didn't understand it, even if he didn't think he could teach well, even if he was new, even if he was 22 years old, he said yes to his guru. And Master asked him for his unconditional obedience. And Swamiji gave that, meaning, I will do what you ask me to do. And so then a monk came one Sunday morning, or maybe it was a Saturday night before the satsang on Sunday morning, and he said, Master wants you to go and give a talk at the San Diego church on his behalf because he can't go. And Swamiji said, what? I never given a lecture in my life. That's an incredible story. And then the monk said, well, there's one other thing he wants. He wants you to give a Kriya to one of the members afterwards. And Swamiji said, what do you mean? I only have one Kriya, my own. And the monk said, well, here's the bus money. That was all. It wasn't like, here's the script. Here's Master gave you an outline. He told you, he said, go for it. And he did it. That's the thing. He did it. He didn't make a list of excuses. He didn't become a coward and say, I won't. And he didn't say, this isn't my desire. I don't want to do it. He did it. As he did it, just think if Swamiji hadn't done what Master asked him to do, where would we all be? Where would Ananda be? Where would any of the centers be? Where would any of the teachings, any of the books, any of the music, where would anything be? Master said he would give him the power, the strength to do what he asked him to do. That is all it's about. My own but God-given power, aligned with the guru, aligned with the gurus, aligned with God. You can do anything. But as long as you say, no, I want to do my own thing, I am following my desires and my attachments, you can't do it. So what should we do? We should try our best to say yes to whatever seva, try our best to get more in tune, to strengthen our intuition, to listen to others who maybe been around longer than us, who maybe have gone through some tests, who can say, hey, you're going in the wrong way. That's not a right decision. And not to have layer of secrets that you don't want anybody to know about. That's a sure way to go into a pitfall. And study the teachings, read, hear the talks, as I said, hear the music. Tune into this. What would Master do in any situation? Ask yourself. Best to ask after your mind is clear and uplifted. What would Master do in this situation? Master, tell me, what should I do? And feel his response. And Master, give me your clarity. Give me your strength. Give me your focus. Give me your concentration. Give me your energy. Give me your magnetism. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what's best. Now, how many people do that prayer? Hardly anybody. It's all, I feel, I think, it's best for me. I know what I'm doing. And then ask, what would Swamiji do in this situation? And another wonderful, wonderful question to ask, which rarely gets asked, what's trying to happen here instead of what do I want? What is trying to happen? I'll give you one last wonderful example in closing. Jyotishan Devi Ji had said to me that it would be good to move to Pune. I'd been in Delhi for a little over 20 years, and they said it would be good because you can get a Sangha office, you can pull people together, get a focus for pan-India, not just for one center, and all the neighboring countries. It's time to do that. Now, I could have easily said, no, I don't want to go. I like Delhi, I have friends, I have a nice place to live. I don't want to go. That would be my own whims and fancies, is what I want to do. But I said, great, I'm going. I came down here. It wasn't long ago, a month or whatever. Now I'm completely moved down here. And in the month or two that I started coming down earlier, so many things have happened. We got an office. Finally, in 20 something years, we finally have a Sangha office for Pan India. We have several apartments where we're living in a way of community, having meals together. We have meditations together in the mornings, evening meditation, some of the evenings. Other people have moved down. We have a strong team. We are focusing. We're helping all the neighboring countries. We're helping Pan India. Why? Because it's the divine will. And any person can block it and say, I don't want to do it. You're blocking God's power and blocking what Divine Mother wants. And so in everything, I just see it, everything opened up as soon as it happened, from listening, from saying yes. And in all of our lives, there's so many opportunities, so many possibilities, so many wonderful things that could happen. But we say, no, I'd rather do my own thing. Well, we're on this path to get free, not to get more into delusion. Ask yourself, when things happen, things come up, how can I be more free? And that's another wonderful question. How can I be more free instead of what do I want? What desire can I fulfill? How can I be more free? And how can Master really serve and help through me? This is what it means by aligning self-will with the divine will, divine energy, magnetism, consciousness. Whatever Divine Mother wants to have happen, try to have that happen in your own life. God bless you all. Now we have a few questions. I'll ask Nitendra to join me.
Thank you so much, Dhanaji. Thanks to these kind of programs, you are as much here as we are in Pune as well.
Thank you, Nitendra.
Dhanaji, the first question we have is that isn't everything happening by God's and Guru's will anyway? So then where does my will come in this?
I think there's two stories going on. There is God and Guru's will. If you follow that, you get more free. You can do so much more. Then it's your own will. That's your own, not just will plus your desires and your attachments and your delusions and your old karma that's pulling you in another direction. You can follow that, but you don't get free. You can follow that, but how can Master help you? You can follow that, but you're not burning up karma. You can follow that, but you're creating more bad karma typically. You can follow that, but why do we get on the path? We get on the path to become free from ego, free from delusion, free from Maya, free. And so are you getting free by, as Swamiji said, taking a drug? Are you getting free from going in the wrong environment you know that aren't good for you? Are you getting free from telling lies? Are you getting free from living a secretive life? Are you getting free from anger? Are you getting free from bad habits? Are you getting free? Ask yourself that. If you're not, follow the guru, follow the teachings, follow the techniques. Follow what he said. He told so many things. Every night, read something from Master. Have him talk to you. After you meditate, read something. Have him talk to you. Listen to the talks on your way to work. Have Master and Swamiji talk to you. And then follow what they say. There's one thing to sit in the class, but to do what's told is quite another. And so once you get up and get in action and get moving, you'll find that you just take off. Otherwise, you feel like hampered. You just can't move and you wonder what's wrong. Like Master told those two disciples to come and visit him. One came a lot and one never came. He's bogging down. He doesn't know why. It's because he doesn't come. So I would say the same. You're bogging down, you don't know why? Because you don't listen. Because you're not attuned to the divine will. So you can break that habit, break it today, and see how much better your life goes. I was remembering there were so many ridiculous things I was thinking to do when I wasn't at Ananda. I just didn't even want to name them. Didn't make any sense at all. From things I thought, yeah, I'll do this. And because I always had energy, I thought I can do anything I want to do. And I have so much energy. But what are you going to put that energy into? And I would just dream up just stupid things to do, ridiculous, because I had so much energy and I wasn't guide it properly, so you can have energy, but if there's no guidance, you can get in a lot of trouble. Once I got with Swamiji and he guided, and Jyotishan Deviji and the other acharyas, then I had to let go of some things. I had to let go of I want it my way. No, I know what's best. Don't tell me what to do. All those things. But it sure freed me from a lot of karma. That's what I want to say.
Thank you, Dhanaji. We have two more questions. The next one is that my mind is good at explaining to itself that whatever I have thought I have is actually coming from God and gurus. How can I get over that delusion?
Look at the result. Watch the results. And if you still think you've been in attunement with Master when you've fallen into a ditch, then I would reconsider. Look at the result. Are you happy? Are you uplifted? Are you living a clean life? Do you have higher consciousness? Are opportunities coming to you? Are people coming into your life who can help you? Are you uplifted? Do you have a high level of consciousness? Are you meditating well? I mean, there's a lot of things to look at. And if you don't have any energy, there's no magnetism, things are all going wrong and you can't seem to get out of it. And look at the result. Are you happy with your life that way? If you are, I always say good luck. If not, get with the gurus. They'll guide you properly.
Thank you, Dhanaji. Just one last question. You also shared some examples, but are there any more examples of Swamiji and Master where they changed their decision to align with the will of their gurus?
Yeah, I remember Swamiji in different decisions. He said that he would try to feel if this was, of course, what Master's will was. And sometimes he would say, well, let's go in that direction. And at a certain point, he would say, no, that doesn't feel right. Let's not go there. So he wasn't like, I know, unless he would say, let's try it. When we went to Europe to start our work there, he said, let's see how it goes. Let's see if Master wants this. And after some time, he said, yes, it feels right. So he wasn't even saying, I know. He was saying, let's see what's trying to happen. Let's see if this feels like it's Master's will. And I remember once too, Swamiji was giving a talk. There were hundreds of people. And he stopped in the middle of the talk. He said, yeah, I don't feel Master's presence in what I'm saying. And then he went on another topic, not complete different topic of the day, but he started speaking in a different way. And I went, wow. I mean, he stopped right in mid-sentence and went another direction. So it wasn't like he was saying, I know 1,000% what's trying to happen. He was saying, let's try it and see if we feel Master's presence. And how do you know? All the things I said. And it doesn't mean things are always going right. There are tests, there's trials, there's sorrow, there's suffering. You can't say, I remember someone said to me, and it just pained my heart, when they said someone had died in their family. This was some years back, a close relative. And they said, oh, Master he's not with me. He let that person die. And I said, oh, don't say that. I mean, death has to come. Difficulties have to come. I mean, we've all gone through many. I mean, I've been through my own. But I always felt Master helped me the best way he could. So don't be a coward. You've got your own karma. You can't take all your karma. 25%, you got to work at it. 25% the guru helps you, 50% is the grace. But to say the guru didn't help you, I would never say that. You didn't help yourself. That's the true answer. Okay, God bless you all. Thank you, Natindra. Bye-bye.